Understanding halal, the Islamic dietary guidelines. Islam emphasizes the importance of consuming pure and wholesome food. This is rooted in the belief that our bodies are a trust from God, and we are responsible for their well-being. Muslims are guided by a set of dietary laws that dictate which foods are permissible, or halal, and which are forbidden, or haram. These laws, derived from the Quran and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, serve as a framework for ethical and healthy eating. By adhering to these guidelines, Muslims strive to nourish their bodies and souls in a way that is pleasing to God. These dietary laws encompass various aspects of food and drink, including the source, ingredients, and method of preparation. They promote the consumption of natural, unprocessed foods, emphasizing the blessings bestowed upon us by the Creator. By following these guidelines, Muslims aim to cultivate a mindful and grateful approach to eating, recognizing the interconnectedness between food, faith, and well-being. Halal and haram, defining permissible and forbidden foods. In Islam, the concept of halal extends beyond simply being lawful or permissible. It embodies purity, wholesomeness, and ethical sourcing. Halal food is that which is permitted for consumption according to Islamic law. This includes a wide range of foods, from fruits and vegetables to meat and poultry that have been slaughtered according to Islamic rituals. The concept of halal emphasizes the importance of consuming food that is pure, clean, and acquired through ethical means. On the other hand, haram signifies what is forbidden or unlawful. Haram foods are those that are explicitly prohibited in the Quran or the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. These include pork and its byproducts, blood, carrion, and animals that have not been slaughtered according to Islamic guidelines. The consumption of haram substances is considered a transgression in Islam, as it goes against the divine commandments and can have negative spiritual and physical consequences. Steak Tartare, a culinary deep dive. Steak Tartare, a dish originating from France, features finely chopped or minced raw beef as its central ingredient. The raw meat is typically seasoned with various ingredients including onions, capers, pepper, and Worcestershire sauce, and often topped with a raw egg yolk. While considered a delicacy in some cultures, the consumption of raw meat raises concerns about food safety and religious permissibility, particularly in Islam. The preparation of steak tartare involves minimal cooking, with the focus on using fresh, high-quality ingredients. The beef is typically sourced from tender cuts, such as tenderloin or sirloin, and is finely ground or minced to achieve a smooth texture. The seasonings and additions are carefully chosen to complement the flavor of the raw meat, creating a balance of savory, tangy, and spicy notes. Despite its culinary appeal, the consumption of steak tartare remains a subject of debate, especially within the context of Islamic dietary laws. Raw meat in Islamic scholarship, a spectrum of opinions. The permissibility of consuming raw meat, including steak tartare, is a matter of ongoing discussion among Islamic scholars. Some scholars argue that the Quran and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad explicitly prohibit the consumption of blood, and since raw meat inherently contains blood, it falls under this prohibition. They emphasize the importance of ensuring that all traces of blood are drained from meat before consumption, a practice deeply ingrained in Islamic dietary practices. However, other scholars hold the view that the prohibition against blood primarily refers to consuming it in its liquid form, such as drinking it directly. They argue that the small amount of blood present in raw meat does not render it impermissible, especially if it is properly cleaned and prepared. These scholars often cite the permissibility of consuming certain types of raw meat, such as liver, in Islamic tradition, as evidence to support their stance. The differing opinions highlight the complexities of interpreting religious texts and their application to contemporary food practices. Muslims are encouraged to consult with knowledgeable scholars and make informed decisions based on their understanding of Islamic law and their personal convictions.